at the Nodo VW show in Daytona, Florida. Kind of a different show. I'll let you know that if you can't see me, then I can see you, and vice versa. I'm trying something a little different. I've got the landscape on today. So when you can see me, I can't see the chat, and I'll just catch up with you when I turn the camera back around. So we're here checking out the show, just kind of chilling, sitting here with Chris and John from Two Guys and a Bug, having a great time. Hey, say hi to everybody. We're going to ask them about their bug, Abby, here in just a second. But want to give everybody a quick overview of what this show is like. It's going to look a lot like most shows in a really pretty setting. That's one of the things that this show really has going for it, is a beautiful setting here at a civic center in southern Daytona Beach, and all of the cool cars that you would expect at a big successful show like this. But this show is a little bit different because none of the people that you see walking around here, none of the people that you see displaying the cars here had to pay to be here. There's no admission fees, no fees to show the car. So if you can imagine that, to be in a setting like this at such a big show without having to pay to be here, that's a pretty cool opportunity. The organizer just had a different idea. There's Project Vandemic, yet to be named, and Abby with Chris and John over there. Yeah, the show organizer had a different idea. Just kind of wanted to do something that was for the people, if you will, and it's totally sponsored by commercial interests, meaning sponsors, just direct sponsors and merchants, who we're going to take a look at here off the top. We're going to go over into the used swap meet, which is one of my favorite parts of a VW show. And then I'll do a loop around the lake here. We actually are on water, and show you a bunch of the cars. I do want to hear from everybody in the chat. What do you like? What cars do you like? What do you want to see more of? I'm sure some of y'all are going to see cars that remind you of yours, or the one that you used to have, or you just want to see a little bit more of it. So let me know in the chat. I'll try and keep up with you just as best as I can, and we'll go around this show and kind of share the experience and have a good time. Having a great time myself. We've been out here all weekend, actually. I'm staying in the Mosey home. That's where Tig is chilling out right now because I kind of got my hands full. But anyway, let's talk to Chris and John real quick. Looks like they're doing some engine repairs.
Checking things out.
Yeah.
So how you guys doing? Are you enjoying the show?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is awesome. Great turnout. Lots of people here, cars.
Very cool. Let's come forward so I can get a better shot of you and we see a good shot of the car. So when did you get Abby?
Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, we acquired it, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. And this was to be Chris's college car?
Yes.
And how's that going?
Pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
I've been driving it to school pretty much. Well, I live on campus.
Uh-huh.
So I've been keeping it on campus for the past 3 weeks. Nothing too drastic.
Keeps it interesting, though, because
Yeah.
it's an old car. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Well, we're kind of to the point in this car, if I understand it correctly, where we've gotten it on the road, we love the car, but there's always those little bugs to work out.
Right.
Yeah.
This and that, right?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we spent the last 2 years, because my stepdad bought it in '69
Oh, wow.
in Sanford, Florida.
Yeah.
And he had it.
So this is a local car.
Yeah.
Should have brought the documents.
Yeah, so he had it and parked it 20 years ago, and asked, he finally gave it to his grandson.
Nice.
And so we spent the last 2 years getting it together, and yeah, I mean he keeps adding stuff to it, kind of customizing it as he goes, and
You gotta love a car with a family history.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kami Batua, good to have you from Brazil. And Hubertus, very cool. Yeah, so this is probably a better time for you, Hubertus. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so I think you had some issues with the valve keepers, and there was an issue with the drum, but y'all have been so on top of it. If everybody watching hasn't checked out their channel, Two Guys and a Bug, you should. You'd see all the cool work that they've done to get this beautiful car on the road and keep it on the road. And can you imagine a better college car than a VW bug.
Yeah.
He loves it.
I think you made an excellent choice.
I agree.
I do too.
Very, very nice. All right, anything y'all want to say to the crowd before we mosey on?
Thanks for watching, and see you guys out here sometime.
And this is the channel here, if I can get a close-up. Two Guys and a Bug on YouTube.
You got the link there.
They've even got merch. Look at that.
Yeah.
Are these shirts available?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very nice. What's up, y'all? Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me, guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
I'll be back around at some point.
All right, sounds good. Enjoy.
Alrighty, thank you. Huberta says, wow, that's early. Yeah, it's a little bit earlier over in California, right? Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And Robert, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. So those of y'all just joining us, I am going to go around the lake and we'll take a look at all the cars. But true to form, I think my favorite part of a show is the swap meet. So I'm going to be the weird guy walking around with the camera talking to people, but I want to have y'all here with me, and I'm glad you're joining us. So if you see anything you need me to pick up, let me know. The cool thing about the swap meets, particularly the used swap meets, in my experience at shows like this, is what keeps the hobby accessible for those of us that don't have deep pockets. All right, those of us that do, that know what we're looking for, and you're trying to find that thing that you just can't find anywhere, well, swap meets are good for that too. But look at this. We've got some stock shrouds here. One in the back looks a little crusty, but this is something that would have been really handy for me about a year ago, right? When we were doing all the cooling tin on Project Vandemic, but we just didn't have access to shows and swap meets like this. So there you go. Greg says, pick me up a pre-68 bug. What do you have against 68s there, Greg? But you can find something that's workable, serviceable, and as I think we're all learning, sometimes it's the original stuff, even if it's got some wear on it, that'll serve you better than the older stuff. Or I'm sorry, the aftermarket stuff. By the way, I'm kind of in a noisy environment. I'm not using a mic, trying to keep all of this simple, but let me know if you can hear me okay. Here's something I want to focus on right quick. This is an offset adapter here for an oil cooler. If y'all know what a Hoover bit is, sometimes you can find them right here. And I've bought the whole thing before just to get the Hoover bit. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's a bracket that is an important part of your cooling tin. It's the smallest piece of cooling tin, but it's an important part. So if you're looking for that, that's my tip, right? Look for an oil cooler. Usually it's going to be the doghouse, of course, because that's where the Hoover bit is used. But sometimes you can find the Hoover bit just by buying the oil cooler. Not that you would use an old oil cooler, but a good way to find them anyway. So if I see one, I'll let you know. Thanks, Combi. You say the sound is okay. Hubertus, you're going to have to tell me, actually, right? There are T3s here, but if you see anything in the swap that is a T3, go ahead and point it out, and we'll identify it. That'd be a learning experience for me. We're not wanting for wheels here and fenders. I was just talking to Chris a little while ago. Sometimes this is the situation with fenders, where there's an abundance of them, and they're just trying to get rid of them, right? They're big, and they don't want to take them home. Well, one year I was looking for early fenders, which I eventually did find. Well, that was the year that they were scarce, and the prices shot up. So what that leaves you with, other than a big crate of carbs, is every year is different. It's either your year or it's not your year when you're looking for something specific. And sometimes you luck out and get a real deal on some quality original parts. Sometimes maybe not so much. Sometimes you got to compete a little bit, but that's why you keep going, right? You go to this year's, you go to next year's, and so on and so forth. So actually, let me know in the chat how this compares to, look at all that glass, holy moly. Let me know how this compares to the, thanks Robertus, how this compares to the swap meets that you have available to you, if at all. I sure hope so. But let me know if this looks like a huge swap meet or the same, or there's something that's different about it. I'm gonna make my way through here. Always get cool stuff like accessories, right? Those always show off the swaps too. Look at this.
It goes like here's
That's
your
that
block
diamond in the
off
rough
here.
stuff.
Okay.
Is that for the block off?
Get all the gauges all at once. This would be good for a Baja. Yeah, that one gauge is looking a little rough, but that's your bargaining power, right? So I think Greg asked about my seats. I did spot some seats down here that would work perfect. There's some good original cooling tin there. Sorry, y'all. So I'm giving everybody else a chance to buy them and pay real money for them. I'm kind of looking for the don't make me carry this home price. So in fairness, I'm going to wait till the end of the day, but here they are. And if they just want to let them go for next to nothing, then that'll be about my speed. I've already got a set of these high back stock seats. They just need to be redone. So this would be a quicker way to have some usable seats in the Bug. So this is what I'm kind of watching, and if it doesn't work out, that's all right. Oop, just about knocked over a tow bar. We're live. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at, the two that are back to back. The cool thing about those seats is they're stock. Nobody really wants them because they're high back. They've got the stock basket weave vinyl on them. Nobody really likes that either, but I do because I think it'll stay cleaner. So no one's terribly proud of these, and that's going to be about my speed. Kind of going back to the comments about there's a way to be involved in this hobby even if you don't have deep pockets. You're right, Hubertus, there's a bunch here. Those bumpers are pretty cool. Those look like, I'm guessing they're Beetle bumpers. But they're early, for sure. Fender right here in front of us. Some new Impy exhaust. You just kind of find it all. Hey, check this out. Is that a 23 window? I think so. It's got all of them, the corners. Is this an attention getter or a for sale?
Well, I think anything's for sale for the right money.
Fair point. She says anything's for sale for the right money. Oh, wow. It's a great example, though. It's cool how it is, has a lot of potential.
We drove it here. It's not a trailer spot. We drove it.
She says they drove it here and it's not a trailer queen, so very cool. Very nice, thank you. We got a little bit in their swap space here, some cooling tin, a starter. I'm seeing a lot of air filters today too. Here's one, a stock air filter. These are not really in style, but I'm of the thought that those are the ones you want. It's the oil bath air cleaner, of course. And they're very, very effective, and as they load up, they do not restrict the flow like a paper filter does. That's the kind of air filter they use on big trucks too. So there must be something to them. I'm gonna spin you around here. Even more swap meat back here. I actually haven't looked at any of that over there. Got some fiberglass over here, like a deck lid for a Baja, it looks like. How you doing, man? Got new and old carbs. You just check the throttle bushings on them, and if they don't wiggle, you're in good shape because you got some original metal there. Some full flow oil adapters. Not a bad thing for our old engines. How you doing?
Raj, how are you?
Oh, you recognize, huh? Very nice. Well, thank you.
Great show, yeah.
Thank you. I got something I want to give you. Oh, do you mind being on a live stream? What's your name?
Howard?
Howard?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Howard. You too. Very cool. Yeah, we've got a few people with us just checking out the No-Do show. I brought some stickers with me from the original run. There you go.
Very cool. Thanks.
I'll give you this as well.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks
Nice,
for
sir.
watching the
All right.
channel. I
Yeah, I love
appreciate
it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, very informative, and
I like to just kind of methodical, get it done, you know. Not in a hurry and just, you know, real thorough and all that.
It takes however long it takes,
That's
right?
it. That's it. There's no rush, right?
We're doing it for fun.
Yeah, yeah.
How's your swap going? You selling some stuff?
Yeah, it's going great. We did pay for the trip up anyway with Jupiter. So.
Oh yeah, a little bit of gas money there.
So, yeah, but we'll be at Bug Jam also on Sunday. So.
Very cool. That's just like 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away.
Yeah, not far away at all. Man. Yeah, I can't go the whole weekend, but I'll be there on Sunday.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you ever bus here?
I do, yep. My bus is right over the way over there, and I'll be taking it to Bug Jam as well.
Yeah, good.
And camping in the Mosey home,
Yeah, yeah.
the old RV.
Yeah, we're going to pack up a little bit early and kind of walk around and see things before we leave today.
Yeah, it's a beautiful site, and there's always a lot of great cars.
Yeah, plenty of shade, good people.
Yeah. Howard, great
All right,
meeting you.
good
Thank
meeting
you very
you.
much. All right, have a good show.
All right, you too.
Very cool to meet fellow V-dubbers. What a cool guy. Having a good day in the swap.
I bet you it was probably coffee and you really wanted to make that look
Got some glove box doors.
and you can find the stuff now though.
Sorry, y'all. I'm going to catch up with chat.
Yeah, if you would, please.
Volkswork Garage says, looks like my backyard full of VW parts. Sounds like a great backyard. You're right, Greg. This is the cool thing about the swap meets, right? There's all kinds of stuff that shows up here. We'll zigzag a little bit. Some more cooling tin. You don't have to buy that aftermarket stuff. The real stuff is out there, and it's going to fit a whole lot better. You end up supporting folks like this that are probably just supporting their hobby, taking some extra parts off their hands, and getting a better result with your bug, or bus, or thing, or Gia, or squareback, or notchback, or fastback, or T34, or of course a T3. Sorry for spinning you around there. I just saw some heads. A couple of single ports. Stay tuned, folks. This is something I want to experiment with in the future. I'm very curious about the reliability and torque of a single port in a stock size engine. Probably best for a bus. Like I said a little bit earlier, Tig is hanging out in the RV and the AC. I wasn't sure how hot it was going to get today, and I kind of had my hands full, but we've got some canine representation here. Cool guy just chilling out, enjoying his day too. What do you think? Would these look good on Dweezil? I'm not so sure. I think Dweezil is going to get into his golden age. I think the roughest days are behind him. So I'm not saying I'll stay off the dirt entirely, but probably not going to be jumping any ramps with Dweezil. Hey, there you go. The Speedle. I recognize you now. Thank you. Yeah, Jeff,
Yes.
You want to talk to us a little bit?
Sure, from HH Wheels Productions.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, y'all know Real Caroline and Jeff from HHS Wheels. You said HHS Productions?
HH Wheels Productions.
HH Wheels Productions YouTube channel. They're putting out some great content. Absolutely. I've got something for y'all too. Is everybody here? Or is it?
Just me. I'm here as a representative, as you can see.
Yeah, very good. Well, we're glad to have you here.
If you haven't seen the 917.
Yeah, I
keep an eye out
caught
for it.
that video. Very cool video. So if y'all haven't seen their channel yet, HH Wheels Productions. Yeah, got a cool cast of characters, a lot of fun people. Y'all were just at the Dune Buggy Brothers show. Buggies on the beach?
Buggies on the beach.
Very
Buggies
cool.
near the bayou. You know.
Yeah, or near the beach, right?
Right.
I think that was a comment
Great
in
time.
that video, but yeah.
Really good attention.
Very
Really fun
nice.
event, Really fun event.
Very
Definitely
nice.
recommend it to everyone.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it. It's a little bit of a trek for me, but that really shouldn't stop any of us. You're all the way down here from one of the Carolinas?
Right. They're in Hilton Head,
Uh-huh.
and I'm actually out of Savannah, Georgia.
All right.
So we're kind of collaborate, do certain things together.
Very cool.
They merge me in every once in a while. So, I'm a behind the scenes guy. I'm not a backstreet boy. I'm a back shop boy. So So we try to keep it real in there. So
This is the banter we can expect on an HH Wheels production, right?
exactly. So
Very cool.
if I step in to talk, I'll be there for hours, and they just can't handle that. So they got to cut me off at some point, just like you got to cut me off at some point. So
No worries.
right, it's good seeing you.
Yeah, but well, before I mosey on here, what's coming up next for HH Wheels?
I think you're going to SEMA. I believe you might see us in SEMA.
Very cool. What will they be
So moving
focusing on at SEMA? I know it's a huge show that does everything.
Right. It's more on content for the channel, and we basically rust the glory. Anything that's super rusty and you can get it on the road, they're all about it. So, but they're trying to put the rot back in rot wheels, and I'm trying to take the rot out of rot wheels. So
So there's a healthy tension among friends.
Yeah. So the healthy tension of leaving it be and just rolling it dirty, or fixing it right and then enjoying it. So
There's a place for both.
yeah, so I'm thinking he's enjoying it at this point. The 917, I believe he's enjoying it. The amount of work and labors that went into that one,
Yeah.
I believe he's finally reaping the rewards at this point.
Very cool.
The miles on it will explain everything. So. And a few videos that are coming out.
Nice. Oh, so
check
there's
them
some
out.
in the pipeline.
There's a lot more in the pipeline.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, so we got SEMA coming up. They're going to share that with us. And say hi to everybody back at the shop for us.
Will do.
Great to
See
meet
ya.
you.
Yes,
Yeah, let
take
me
care.
give you this too. I don't think I gave you a card yet.
Got your sticker.
There you are. All
Yeah,
right,
I
Jeff.
check you out online. So.
Cool. Nice chatting with you.
Right, likewise. Take
Thanks
care.
for saying hey. Never know who you're going to meet, right? Very cool stuff. All right, so what are y'all thinking about the swap? Have we had our fill, ready to see some cars? I'll catch up with chat here. Oh, there's just so much in the swap to see. Some more cooling tin. I've got a thing for that, right? Oh, thank you much, Jeff. Appreciate it. There you go. Type 4 Revolution. I recognize that name. Very good. Poochie. Hey, Poochie. How you doing? Hi. Oh, having a good time. Sweet doggy. Some single port manifolds. That's of special interest.
40 horse.
Oh, very cool. You said 44?
40 horse.
Oh, 40 horse. Let's learn something, shall we? Do you mind being on a live stream? just a minute? Okay, you don't have to. It's all right. He's going to show me how to tell the difference between the 40 horse single port manifolds and I guess the later ones, correct?
Yeah. and it
We'll just
has
do a
to
hands
with-
video here.
It has to do with this is mounted solidly
Uh-huh.
and it's coming straight down on the head, whereas the later ones, the 13, 15, and 16s were at an angle.
That's right. Okay, so the earlier 40 horse, he's telling me this is solid and mounted sturdy. And the other ones, I recognize there's the collar that's kind of loose on here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the ends are a little
But
bit
it's-
angled.
Yep.
So this is an earlier piece. Looks a little skinnier too. Am I right about that? Is this a
Yeah,
little bit thinner?
and it could even be 36 horse, but I'm not sure about that.
Very cool. The heat risers look great. That's important. They burn out here. But cool. All right, so some early single port intake manifolds. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
You're
it. What's your name?
Dave?
Dave. Nice to meet you, Dave. You have a great day. Chilling. All right, well, look, one more space here, and then we'll take a look at some cars. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. It's good to have you all with us. Got some repair sections back there. Some in castings. Good old Mike was with us today. They might have already started back. They've got kind of a long drive, but good old Mike was looking for some in castings, dual port intake manifold, and a 34-3. I think he found everything that he needed pretty quickly. Hello. How are y'all?
All right, how are you?
I'm great. Y'all having a good time?
Yeah.
Very cool. I gave you a sticker earlier, but I don't think I got one for you. Would you like a sticker? Let me do that. There you go. You enjoy. You have a great day. I've got a great swap space here. Look at all this. Can people contact you online for parts?
It's on Facebook, and I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. He just walked away.
That's all right. I'll catch up with you later.
All right. Thank you.
But thank you. You have a great day.
You too.
Type 4 cases. Nice. All right, folks, let's mosey on and take a look at some of the cars. I want to give you another view of this setting too. It's just gorgeous here. And this time of year in this area of the world is when we get our really nice weather. It starts to cool off a little bit. Like, we're all in shorts mostly and sweating a little bit, but it's better than it was. And we're in a pretty location next to the water. I hope the camera work is working out for y'all. Kind of a learning pains thing going on for me right now to know where I'm pointing this. But check that out. Now, my history with this show has been interrupted for years. I remember coming to this show a long time ago. I think it was with a different organizer, but I remember loving the venue. Now it's just exploded. The new organizer had a really great idea. Let's get a good backdrop here. And has executed it well. This show just gets bigger and bigger. People talk about it all year long. It's the No-Do VW show in Daytona. And just to be clear, we're here in October right now, but usually it's in April. I'm sorry, I haven't figured out whether it's going to go back to April or not, but that's the time to look for it. So we may in fact have another one of these coming up again really soon, in just about 6 months or so, in April, the No-Do VW show. All right, let's take a look at some cars. I'll show you where I got my coffee this morning. One thing about this show, yeah, Greg says it's considerably more laid back. Indeed. Gotta love that, right? That's about my speed. Volkswagen Garage says, looks like a real cool swap with lots of parts. You bet, man. This is something that I wish I could come back to and come back to and come back to. Thank you, Huberta. It's good to have you with us. Oh, show that convertible Ghia. Oh, no, that's probably a little ways back. Unless you're talking about this thing. There was a convertible Ghia for sale, I believe, in the swap that needed a little work. It was a little bit Swiss cheesy, but for the right person, might be a neat project. This was cruising around the campground all weekend, which was a lot of fun. Very cool. So, you know, VWs have always been kind of a magnet for the handy person. They just beg to be taken apart and put back together. And sometimes when they go back together, you get some pretty interesting versions of it. Yeah, the limo. Cool bay window here, early bay. Single. Yeah, anything you see that you want a closer look at, I'll try and do a better job of keeping up with the chat, so I'm sorry I missed that Ghia convertible there. We'll just keep things moving. Here's another Ghia. Beautiful color. Check that out. It's got a bit of a sound system in it too. Heard that. I know lowering buses is the thing, and I'm all cool with it. I love to see all the different ways that we deal with our VWs. But I personally like the stock look, the stock height. It looks proud and in good shape to me. I don't want to offend anybody. Hey, it doesn't look broken, right? It doesn't look stressed. It looks like it's just ready for the road. And so that's what I do with mine, but I sure do like to see the lowered ones too. Look right behind it. Oozing with character, that lowered bus back there with the cargo doors open. Can't go wrong like that either. Anybody like high tops? Got a thing for high tops. Got 71 high top with the front disc brakes would be pretty sweet. Let's see if this is. It's an early bay, and it's got disc brakes. They may have put those on themselves, but not a bad combination. Good for camping or standing up. So, all right, place your bets. How long does it take me to get run over? Hey, sweet double cab. What year?
There we go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Do you know the channel?
Yes, sir.
Very cool.
Give me your card.
I'll do you one better.
Thank you.
There you go.
There we go.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
You. I love the channel. Yes, sir. Arctic Right. There we go.
There you go.
Thank you.
What are y'all's names?
Waldo.
Waldo?
Yes, what's your name? Jose. Jerry.
Jerry, Jose and Jerry. Waldo, Jose, and Jerry. Very cool. Well, thanks for joining us.
Take care, brother.
All right, we're doing a live stream. You can check it out later.
Okay.
Awesome. Take care, guys. Very cool. Thanks everybody again for joining us. We're going to go all the way around the loop here, chat with people along the way, and see all the great cars that have shown up for the No-Do VW show. Sweet convertible. So here's another one that I like to see in the wild. I don't have the guts to own a convertible. I have a bus with a hard top and it leaks. But what a beautiful car. Nicely done. A little bit narrowed, a little bit lowered. Probably a ton of fun. Kevin says in Australia, an early bus, I've got 63 double back there. 100K now in fair condition. So there's an investment for you, right? We're always told that cars are depreciating assets, and a lot of them are, but you pick the right ones and you might have something to pass on someday. Yeah, super nice double cab. Oh, Volkswagen has a 67. Great year for a Ghia. I think, tell me if I'm wrong, Volkswagen, is that the first year for IRS and a Ghia? I think they got them a year before. Maybe 68. Yeah, I think I was wrong about that. I think 68 was the first year for the double jointed rear axle in Ghias. We've seen some things this weekend. We got 3 of them right here. A few different takes on the thing. We are a camping crowd. Some of these pucks and other fiberglass bodied campers are good for towing behind VWs. Looks like they're a vendor of some sort. A Westie. And an art car. The Black Rock City Express, it says. This one's got a lot of cool stickers on it. I hope they're all clean, but here you go. Gotta love VW owners. We all have quite a bit of character to share. Oh wow, look at this, y'all. That is just gorgeous. Dune Buggy Brothers. Let's get a look at the other side of this camper. It's just too pretty. Ooh, the blue rims and the white walls. A white roof rack. Nicely done. The funny thing about going to a VW show is it's kind of sensory overload. You know, when we're out and about doing errands or something, we can hear VW from a mile away. And we just wait for it, just to watch it pass, to hear the engine run. But here, we're surrounded by them. That's all that we're hearing and seeing, is people enjoying their VWs. That dog just thought it was going to go for a ride. A couple of folks who really trust their parking brake. C is for courage. Seeing a lot of electric scooters and skateboards and bicycles these days. Good old Mike, him and his wife brought a pair down, and we took a loop on their electric scooters yesterday. You bet, Ben, this is an awesome location. Yeah, I love this setting. Bully Brigade, which is another Central Florida show, used to be in a place called the Pioneer something over in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. Here's a bus we see a lot. And it had a lot of trees and kind of a sandy lot, and it was just an interesting venue, and I gravitate towards those. Parking lot shows are cool too, but get underneath the trees, especially these beautiful scrub oaks, we call them, or live oak trees that kind of canopy over the road when they're lining the street like that. Makes for a really beautiful shady setting. Yeah, can't go wrong. Oh, look at the guards on the headlights on this guy. So here's something that I've been pontificating and I'm probably moving away from, but they've got some really cool patina and they've clear coated it and found some really sweet headlight guards too. So I like this look. I'm just not totally convinced that it's going to be right for Dweezil. We'll play that one by ear. Stay tuned. No vehicle has a more charming front end than a VW bus. Got a lettered up bus here. Vermouth. Well, I haven't gotten run over yet. That's good. I keep checking.
She was like, I'm sitting there, she's hula hooping right there next to me yesterday. I'm like, I'm feeling really
I usually get attracted to these, the ones that look like they're used every day. You're going to find wrench marks on the fasteners and spots that are worn down to bare metal. Not rusty, but down to bare metal, just because they're getting used all the time. Love to enjoy them. Hey, go ahead.
I want to ask you something.
Oh, okay. You want to be on a live stream?
No.
Okay, we're live right now.
No, I want to know that thing
Yes.
that you're holding.
Uh-huh.
It controls straight, right? Keep the
Yes.
phone straight.
Yeah, it's a gimbal. So a gentleman here is asking me about what's holding the phone. I'm just explaining that it's a gimbal. This is a DJI, I think OM4 gimbal. So when I move around, it smooths out my movement. It's kind of nice. The whole thing, they're pretty inexpensive. $100 or so.
Like 100?
Yeah. Yeah, for the cell phone variety. You don't have to spend much.
Oh yeah. What is the name of that?
The DJI OM4. So everybody watching at home, if you'd like a good cell phone gimbal, I'm so far happy with this one. We're working in horizontal mode today. So we got the widescreen. There you go, Greg, right?
Nice. Yeah, it works good.
And we can do vertical mode too when we need to.
Nice. What is the
DJI OM4.
DJI. Like that, right? DJI?
Yep, you got it. Let me give you that.
Thank you.
And it's the OM4. OM4.
O-M.
That's the model. OM4.
M.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to mosey on here, but thank you. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Oh wow, check this out, everyone. Pinstripes by Scott. So we're going to check out the pinstripes. Got a leaf spring front end. I'm pretty sure that's not stock. Sweet convertible. Yeah, guys, I am totally with you on the landscape view. I much prefer this. I can't flip the camera around, so I'm doing I'll get another setting shot here. I rotate the gimbal around, and this seems to work if I need to speak directly to you. So, you know, it's workable. We'll settle on something that works for everybody here. Oh, here's the pinstriping, everyone. Oh, let me get out of the shot. There we are. Beautiful work. Nice and subtle, but it fits. Smoothed out where the fenders were. Oh, look at the treatment on the headrests. Look at all that beautiful metal work there. Nice stuff. I could only dream of being able to do that. Suicide doors. That's something. Gotta stop and listen, right? Love the sound of a healthy VW engine. And you're right, that windshield's pretty cool. Kind of a split deal they got going on there. Custom with a capital custom. Pretty convertible for sale. Very nice. Got our police force here keeping order. They're doing a great job as usual. I did a boo-boo. I came through one of these areas when I was coming in, and I didn't go around the median just right, but he was totally cool with me, so I was thankful for that. Uh-oh, now he's coming for me. So who likes the bay campers? I particularly like these pop tops. Just give you a little bit of headroom in there, a little bit of circulation. Nice way to do it. Now I think we've looked at a splitty camper a lot like this. This is not the same one. But if you caught the Lakeland show, we did a live stream. It was on Rob Stapleton's channel, and myself and Gary from VW Jawbreaker were running around man on the street style, and I talked to somebody who had a camper a lot like this. What a beautiful camper. Super nice. He says it's a 64. I bet he's staying busy answering questions. Attracting a lot of attention. Let's get a look at a dash here. Here's a Bay Westie. See a little bit inside there. Cup holders. Does anybody know what this is for? I've seen things shaped like this that are the radiator for an air conditioner, but I do not see any inlets there. So this is something I haven't seen before. So if you know what that is, that little compartment with the VW sign on it, let me know in the chat. Or if you know, do you know? Go ahead. What?
I think it's a wheel cover.
The wheel actually fits inside that? I was thinking it looked a little small, but I'll go with that. He says it's a wheel cover. And he was very polite about me not figuring it out myself. Nice bay camper. Oh, here's one. Oval-ish, I'm gonna say. Sorry. Look at that, that's hot. Those look like bias plies, don't they?
I don't know what they are. They could be.
They look old school bias ply.
Yeah, two plies, three plies, yeah.
It's a cool look. The only bias plies I've ever had were on trailers.
We don't know anything about this thing.
Sweet car. Pop outs in the rear. Plexi pop outs, it looks like. Nice. Hey, y'all. One of these your car?
In the front, the back is like, it's not static, but it's springs and shock.
Sure. See some louvers in the window or blinds in the window in the rear. That's a neat touch. The surfboard.
Yellow headlight. European.
Is that what that is? The yellow headlights is a European spec?
Yeah.
We've got some folks with us from Europe, so they'll recognize that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But
So,
nice.
Yeah, we always have fun.
Very cool. Thanks for chatting with us a little bit, Dominic. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, y'all take care. Kevin says he's got a 63. Nice. So a fellow 63 owner. Did you hear that, Dominic? You got a fellow 63 owner. This is a cool accessory. They call this a swamp cooler, I believe. If I understand it right. Works on evaporative cooling. I have a evaporative cooler that I use in the shop sometimes. Of course, it doesn't do any good because it's so humid here, but the moving air is nice. All right. Again, that beautiful setting. So if you look over, let's go with the center of the screen right now. That's where we're parked. So we've walked about halfway around, a little better than halfway around the lake. And I've got a friend here with me, everybody. Ta-da! Gary from VW Jawbreaker and Levi from Levi's Backyard.
What's
doing
up,
a little bit of
guys?
filming.
Little bit, man.
Very
Enjoying
cool.
your day?
Yeah, having a great time doing our
Awesome,
live
man.
stream today. So what have y'all
Awesome.
seen so far?
A lot, so much, my eyes are bleeding.
There's a lot to see here. Hey, oh, video feedback. So the official YouTubian himself.
Oh boy, look at that.
Very cool.
We'll see you soon.
All right, take care, guys. We've been hanging out all weekend. All right, I got to show you this bus. Gary says he's doing great. I can attest to that. We went on a cruise yesterday, just having a good time this weekend. I'll pass that on for you, Kevin, when I run into him a little later. So this bus, one of our friends that comes to all of our shows that we're all frequenting here, has done some really clever things with his bus. He does some camping. So he's got the AC wall unit on there, but check this out. That is, I think, a steam whistle, and he's got an air tank. A little bit crazy, but it does work. He does like to toot his own horn, he says. And this is his source of air pressure. This cylinder that's mounted on the homemade roof rack. If you look real close at the roof rack, you'll recognize copper pipe. So he sweated all that copper, made a ladder. It's actually a hot water heater. It's a dual purpose. So all the plumbing here is sealed. He can fill it with water. Has a little valve right here, and he has hot shower. Just drilled a couple of holes in a cap, if you can see that. Clever stuff, lots of fun. Look at the replacement overrider. That works. Yeah, we just can't say this enough. You gotta love VW, people. We're a fun bunch. All right, so a few more here. And I'll show you a little bit of local interest. Hey, there we are. Can you see us over there? So does anybody know what this is? I'm at a loss.
I was just told it's only made in Brazil.
Only made in Brazil. We got somebody from Brazil with us. Might recognize it. SP2, a VW SP2, only made in Brazil. This may be another one right here. Beautiful.
Yeah.
They're in great shape. Yeah, Volkswagen Garage, SP2. Huberta says there must be 1,000 buses. Yeah, lots of buses this year. Can't complain about that. One says an SP2. All right, a lot of people know what those things are. Nice. Good to have an extra set of eyes, or 20 or so. I appreciate y'all. Don't anybody say Corvair, just don't do it. This is a VW, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Beautiful car. They got some later models here. Again, just can't go wrong with the setting. I have not seen a Fridolin yet, Volkswagen. We had a local Fridolin in the Central Florida area. Here's what I wanted to show you. A little bit of artwork. And they used chalkboard paint on it. So they would bring their Fridolin to the show. For anybody that's not aware of a Fridolin, that was a postal vehicle, I think in Europe. Very interesting Volkswagen. And yeah, they had that chalkboard paint all over it, and so it would come to the show clean, and they'd let anybody who wanted to, the kids loved it, right on the chalkboard. And so it was all decorated by the end of the show. That one's getting a little faded there. And they'd drive it away that way. And then the next show, they'd come to the show clean again with the chalkboard paint, and they'd hand out chalk, and everybody just have a blast with it. Kind of a cool thing. Unfortunately, I have not seen that Fridolin in several years, so it may have found a new owner, may have gotten a different paint job, don't really know. But you enjoy things while they last, right? A bunch of folks out here enjoying the day. October's funny. Sometimes it can be really hot, especially for October. Today it's probably somewhere in the middle, but here in about a week or so, I think we're going to get some nice, cool weather. Here's a neat one. It's nice when the venue has a little bit of flavor, right? Hey, y'all. Live streaming on YouTube. How you doing? Good. Very cool. You enjoying the day?
Excellent day.
Great to hear.
Shady people in a shady spot.
It says shady people in a shady spot. We're not talking about ourselves, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we are. Loud and proud.
He's less shady than we are.
That's a guy who knows how to stay out of trouble. Well, thanks, y'all. Have a great day. Shady people in a shady spot. Oh, this is cool. All murdered out, right? I like those, what do they call them? The 8 spokes? I've always liked those rims. For a while, I thought I'd put those on the front of Dweezil. Sweet color combination there. I'll check this out. Like Bel Air inspired trim. That's cool. This one does tricks, so here's the infrastructure for that. It says rust is lighter than carbon fiber. I recognize this compressor. That's cool. Well, I thought I did. It says Vixen. I was thinking it was a Viair. I have a Viair compressor I carry around. Cool patina. Excuse me, sorry. Nice. Here's another patina bug. Slammed, as they call it. One says that trim is Australian. That's cool. That was a nice color. Check out this custom trailer back here for the late bay. Get them running, make them reliable, make them useful. Have a good time, right? That's kind of the theme here. Here's a shorty bus. I guess we're probably all familiar with that concept, right? Where they chop down a bus and it does wheelies. Maybe that's desirable, maybe it's not. But there's a shorty bus. I'm not really getting you a good look at it, but there you go. There's the wheels almost touching, front and rear. I think I saw this one arrive at the campground, so this one drives around. Need to show you another really pretty color in the sunlight. Look at that. So we've got a street Baja with kind of a metallic sparkly green color. That's pretty. Clown car, he says. Yeah. I think I just smelled this, so we're leaking a little bit of fuel. That's a nice looking car. There's two things you're always going to smell at a VW show. One is fuel. And one says, no, that custom Bel Air trim you saw is extra trim for Aussie. Sold Beetles in the complete knockdown kits they got. Well, that's cool. I had no idea. Thanks for sharing that. All right, back to the list of smells here. You're going to smell fuel, and you're going to smell paint. There's going to be somebody who just barely made it, right? They just barely got their project done before they got to the show. I haven't been in that situation yet, but I expect I will be. A couple of Porsches here. VW owners say they have a Porsche engine. Porsche owners don't say they have a VW engine, but it's the same Type 4 either way. A 356. Super fun cars to look at. I'd have no idea what they are to drive, but I imagine they're great. And just for funsies, here's a super tiny BMW. I used to know the name of these things. If anybody knows, let me know. But yep, that's the door. I've seen what looks like three-wheel versions of these. I think it's just the two rear wheels are right next to each other in the back. This would be kind of a death trap in the States. Yep, a BMW, but the model number is what escapes me. I think it's something cute, like a Freshetta or something. Or a 600, it says on the back. Here you go, Hubertus. Thanks for hanging in there with me, everybody. Isetta or Isetta, yeah, made by a fridge company. How cool is that? Nice. There's another look at the Isetta, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly. Cool, lots of cool cars here. Let's keep making our way around here. We got a good dune buggy kit there. And another early bus. So you're spot on, Greg. Lots of buses at this show. Did somebody say an Isetta limo? That sounds like it'd be slow. Hubertus says it's from the 50s. How about that? You guys are a knowledgeable bunch. You're just the people I need to have with me going to a show. Hot rod wheels there. The moon caps and the red rims. Cool look. Check out the seat cover in the back. You can see that. Really sweet ride. Early bug, or at least early fenders. Oh, look at that, a safari window on the bug, on the front. Almost missed that. Another sweet bug ride here. I'm gonna go look at a little rough Baja over here. Those pluck my heartstrings. So check this guy out. This is a working Baja. I'm gonna make my way around and give these gentlemen some room here. In the foreground, a super nice single, early split single. Sorry for the wobbling around with the camera there. Yeah, this bug is made for fun. Some LED headlights so they can actually see where they're going. Pop out windows for the rear quarters. Bug eye Baja kit. And proof that this bug knows how to have fun. I'll look back here. The engine's so awesome it sits in the back seat.
Super slick is pretty much everywhere.
Edward says he wants to see some tips and tricks on doing the bodywork on a 68 VW bus. Well, I have two answers for you, Edward. Number one, absolutely. I have a 68 double cab that sometime in the future, there's another car in line before it after Dweezil, but sometime in the future, we'll be working on a 68 double cab that needs tons of metal work. So go ahead and stay subscribed and stay tuned for that one. The other answer I have for you is there's a lot that is applicable to the different cars, right? So good sheet metal practice on one car is good sheet metal practice on another. The thing that's unique about a 68 is there's a lot of 1 year only stuff going on for both the Beetles and the bus that you asked about. And so that's where you get the knowledge that is unique to the 68 bus. Is when, like on the double cab, in my example, the battery tray totally gone. The battery trays that work for the standard bus, the station wagons they called them sometimes, not going to work on my truck. It's a little bit more square. So you're correct. I assume that you are assuming there's some special details in regards to a 68 bus, and I think you are correct. But the sheet metal practice and welding and all that, there's a lot that will translate. This is the type of exhaust we heard on Dweezil the other day. So if you haven't seen the last live stream, you can hear Dweezil's practice engine, I guess, run with this dual cannon exhaust. All right, I think I saw something about stick shifts, an auto stick as they call them. I haven't been looking for one, but I bet there is one here. There's a guy, Jeff, who has one that he calls Thing-O-Matic. He actually took the auto stick drivetrain out of a Beetle that was pretty much gone and put it in a Thing that was a little bit more viable. And so we might see that at a show coming up. I haven't seen it this weekend, but there is a Thing-O-Matic, kind of a one of a kind, that has the auto stick drivetrain from an auto stick Beetle. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out. We've just got a little bit more here to go. So we have a couple of Beetles up here. Maybe we'll see an auto stick, or Type 3s I think had auto sticks, and Gias had auto sticks. Here's a look at the water again. And a sign. Pretty day here in Daytona Beach. That's a punch buggy if I ever saw one. You bet, Restorations. Thanks for jumping in. It's good to hear from you. This is a beautiful setting for a show. So maybe there's a few of us that don't have access just at the moment to shows like this. I hope you're enjoying it. I appreciate you being with me for this one. I've got some more here. Now this is an early Beetle, so we're not going to expect that to be an auto stick. That was something that came a little bit later. That's a working Beetle there. You bet, Edward. I'm happy to do it. I do this for fun. Like spending time with all of y'all, like sharing what's going on with the VW hobby, like learning about this live stream stuff, just another way to spend some time with you all and share a little bit. Pretty serious looking Baja over there. Another early Beetle. Look at that bumper accessory. Oh, Kevin says 2 years without a show. That's rough. It's been a rough time, hasn't it? This looks late enough that it could have been an auto stick. They're just kind of rare, right? You don't see many of them out and about. They probably didn't make nearly as many of them. This would be a 68 or later. It's got the cool steering wheel, but the padded dash. Things up here got a little bigger. Things down here got a little square. All right, so this is what Dweezil would have looked like originally. Something very close to this. Not sure about other parts of the world, but 68 was the first year for the filler door. All right, all the earlier Beetles, you have to open the hood and fill the gasoline that way. Beautiful early Beetle with some cool accessories. Check out those mirrors. Makes it look fast. One wants to know about a tour of the for sale row. You know, honestly, I have not seen a for sale row. I've seen a few cars for sale that are coming up, so I'll definitely point those out to you when we get there. I think it's just all mixed in. Greg, I haven't seen a legit oval. I've seen one that looked like modified, which was really cool. Here you go, Hubertus. So we'll keep an eye out for an oval here. Let's see, this is a big square window in this one. See, it's got the blinds in the back like that one we were talking to. I think that was Dominic. His 63 Love Bug had the blinds in the back. Kind of a cool look at an early Beetle. A nice thing. I think 73 did not have the scoops on the back. Easy way to tell, right? I think 74, they got some air scoops back here. Nice, humble, stock VW thing called the Safari elsewhere. Just what you need, nothing you don't. Well, they've done a good job with this car. That's in great shape. I think I saw something on chat. Let me catch up with you. Volk's Garage, have you seen a 69 Type 3 with full automatic transmission? That would be a cool representation of an auto stick if we found that. So yeah, we'll keep our eye out. I really have not seen many Type 3s. A buddy of mine was asking me about Type 3s, or that buddy might be with us. Asked me what I thought about them, and my answer is something along the lines of, I love to see them. But they're going to be a little harder to find. They're going to be a little bit more expensive because of that, right? With the parts availability. Late convertible here. And I wonder about the pancake engine. It seems like there'd be some access issues. I don't have any personal experience with that, but that's how it strikes me. I'm really looking forward to being able to work on the Baja without having to get around anything, right? With the engine just kind of hanging out the back and accessible. It should be even easier than normal to work on that thing. So that's kind of my take on the Type 3s. I love that they exist. I love seeing them at shows. There's some really cool looking models. Not sure one would be right for me. We got to see the space buggy here. If y'all are familiar with the Dune Buggy Brothers, they have a presence on Facebook. This is one of the buggies associated with their crew. I'm walking up on some speakers here, so it's going to be a little noisy. Cool space buggy. There's a picture of this thing catching air at the Bug Jam track. This looks like a candidate for an auto stick. Nope. What we're looking for is a big pedal in there, right? No clutch. Oh, yep, no clutch. I don't know if that's coming through. I'm sorry, no big pedal. We do see the clutch. So that's a standard. No problem, Hubertus. Thanks for joining us. It's getting dark there, isn't that something? Well, you have a great night, Hubertus. Thanks for joining us. Here's another thing, hard-working thing. Love it. Indeed. Look at this. I think this is another Brazilian model here. Y'all can tell me. Not a notch, right? Looks like a Type 3 notch, speaking of Type 3s, but it is not. And it's just gorgeous. Look at the condition of that thing. Slammed early Beetle. Oh, what a pretty shot. I didn't even have to work for it. Fiberglass kit car. They know how to party. Edward says, oh, I almost lost it there. Let me bring the chat back up. This is my very first time with a VW. Bought it in July of 2020. Having lots of fun. Very nice. Always getting thumbs up. Yeah. Our VWs do catch a lot of looks. A lot of positivity, right? Yeah. Brazilian model. Thanks for the confirmation there. Pretty cool single cab. Oh, here you go. Here's a Type 3 Fastback. So Type 3 is representing one of those swap cooler things on there, right? I think those are most effective in drier environments. Not so great in a humid environment. It's already moist, right? Nothing to evaporate.
Between all the cars, and I ripped the mirror off the passenger side of this car, and I hit a Ford.
Looks like fun. So here's a later thing. Here's the air scoops we were talking about. But still, no fuss, no frills, just a cool car. It looks like the Munsters mobile. George Barris did some interesting VW buggies. Is that what that was? I think you're referring to the red one over there. Was that a George design? Here you go. Here's the oval. We found one. Oh, Robert says his buddy is here. Very cool. If you're talking about Gary from VW Jawbreaker, we ran into him just a little while ago. There's some of those high dollar parts, right? So if you're going with the really early stuff. Volkswagen Garage, I don't think so. Sometimes they have the badge still on them that says automatic, and I didn't see one. You know, let's just check. Let's look at the pedals. I've definitely seen some Type 3 automatics. This one is not. That's a standard as well. But worth looking. Hey, how you doing? Yes, sir. You want to be on a live stream?
No.
Oh.
I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're streaming live now.
Oh, I'm
That's all right. You have a quick question. It's fine.
Oh, I don't think you have seen the SP2s that on the other
We
side.
did. Thanks for pointing them out. Yeah. So a gentleman here's asking me if we saw the SP2s, the Brazilian, look like sports cars. They're gorgeous. Yeah, we did get a look at them. Thank you. So isn't that cool? He saw that we were live streaming and wanted to make sure we caught the SP2s. Love it. I think Hubertus has hit the sack for the night, but he'd like this one. Hello.
Hi.
Forgive me, I remember somebody was asking about for sale cars. I think we're about to come up on one or two up here. What are we having for lunch?
Chicken.
Chicken, woo! All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Mind if I get a shot of your dog?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What a sweetie.
Mr. Dallas, taking a
Mr. Dallas, just chilling out in the bus, holding down the fort.
That's right.
Very cool, thank you. Volkswagen Garage, notice the red vert, the early vert back there. That is pretty. Oh man, this food smells good. I gotta move on. Okay, we got a trike. I don't think we've seen a trike yet. This one's super cool. Saw him at the campground as well. Oops. We're seeing these huge front tires on motorcycles the last few years. Kind of a neat look. Got a king and queen seat on it, for those of y'all that know about motorcycles. A Zoom exhaust. I can attest that it did sound really cool. Look at that. My brother is texting me. Hey, Shannon. I'm certain he's not watching. All right, so here's what I was looking for, the for sale. Not exactly a for sale row, but check that out. So this one's up for grabs, anyone that wants it. It's a Beetle, get it? Look at that. This one knows how to go. That is a serious vehicle. I'm not sure where they put their groceries when they're doing errands, but looks like our Beetle has a tail on it. Or a stinger, maybe? Best offer, folks. Pretty cool. Okay, so here's something I've never seen. A lifted early Beetle. Look at that. It does have some clearance. Have their beverage of choice. Fully stocked. Combi says SP2 are a really beautiful design and becoming rare even in Brazil. The engine is a factory 1.7 liter, so I'm going to guess that's the Type 4 engine core, I guess, but just in 1.7 liter displacement. That's pretty cool. Now, it's a little off topic of our normal channel banter, but I've got a thing for the old COEs. Check this out. This is a Ford. This would be 54-ish. COE, probably an F600-ish. Yeah, or I'm sorry, a C600. Super cool looking body style. So they've put a sleeper cab on it. And it's a ramp truck. It's everything that you need. You've got the whole weekend right there, all on one vehicle. That's super cool. So all those car people, let's just take a moment to give ourselves a pat on the back because we do stuff like this. It does not make sense to anybody else, but we get it. All right, then there's the one more for sale. We saw this a little bit earlier. We've now gone pretty much full circle. This is that 23 window in the swap space here. Hey, yeah. All right, I want to at least get everybody back to the bus. A few things to see on the way. Look at this taxi. Beep, beep, beep. There goes Gary again. Robert says, hey. This bug over here, crazy. We've been seeing it at the shows for a few years and it never gets old. Check that out. One of y'all own the bug? Want to be on a live stream? Would you like to speak on a live stream? Nope. Fair enough. We like your bug. Wrong Gary, Robert says. Very cool. It's the little touches, right? Oh, we're looking for Gary Anderson, who's in the parts. Okay. Yeah, we were playing around in the swap meet earlier. Thanks, y'all, for letting me invade your space here. We're supposed to look at the carburetor. So, a progressive of some sort. Oh, yeah. I'm like, what is it? What is it? I got to recognize it. What is it? Check this out. He's got this intake manifold on the other side of the blower housing. So you just flip the end castings? Is that how we did that? Never seen that before. Do y'all see it? All right, normally the intake manifold is forward of the blower housing. So he's flipped his end casting. There is a left and a right. Flipped the intake manifold itself. So it's pointing forward on the car. It's got that angle, right? And mounted is, I guess that's a 2-barrel progressive? Yes, sir. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get on a live stream without being on a live stream. That's a pro move. Super sweet. Love the tractor exhaust things. I heard you drive by the other day. Ding, 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 ding. Thanks, all. Have a good one. Here's a cool streetable Baja. Look at how low they've got those taillights. But they still have the fenders, right? They just cut them way back. I'll show you the front too. They did a similar thing up there. But pretty cool customizations on this Baja-ish Beetle. Standard Beetle. Some LED headlights on that one. Seeing more and more of those. An early with Safari window in the front. Volkswagen Garage says, let's go parts picking. Florida people are weird. Thinks it's Scotty says. Yeah, we've been known to make the news on occasion. So here's a Super Beetle. Y'all probably all know this, but that's what I'm looking at. And the later Super Beetles got a little curvy in this area. Looking at the pedals, I see another standard. We have yet to find that automatic. Well, today may not be our day. Oh, check it out. Fridolin. We were talking about Fridolins earlier. That's the only one I've seen, but there it is. We'll get a close look at it. So yeah, this is the Mel truck. This one's a lot prettier than they were, I think. A 72 Volkswagen Fridolin. This one looks a little low. Custom steering wheel, custom interior. Let me get you a good look at it here. Interesting car. We're going to get to look at the engine on this one too. Look at that. This makes me feel like the engine might be kind of a big engine. You get a tack light with a shift light, or a tachometer with a shift light on it. That's the look of serious business. There's your pedal cluster. Yeah, this is a super sweet Fridolin here. Look at the rims. All tucked up in there. Nicely polished. Air cooled, we've heard of them. There it is. Dual carbs, looks like big dual carbs. Velocity stacks. Pressurized drama. Energizer bunny equipped. Super nice, that's clean. Those cooling tins have a carbon fiber look to them. Maybe they are. So we did it. We found a Fridolin. we might just be missing one thing now. How about y'all? I like aluminum mag rims. I'm a big fan of those. I like the ones that are maybe not quite as busy as these, like if I put them on Dweezil or something. But I do like the mag rims. Got their LED headlights lit up, the day running lights.
Come on, Yuckers, over this way, buddy.
All right, there is one more thing I've got to show everybody. It's a little different, I'll admit. It's not a VW, but as you know, I have a vintage RV that I'm a big fan of, I really enjoy, and always looking for more opportunities to share it with you. So there's a related vehicle I'd like to show you, the T34 there. Hey y'all! Super nice cars. Oh, nobody asked about this. Kuba wagon. Not every day, folks. Is this yours, sir? Is this your Kuba wagon? No, sir. Okay. Check this out. See the shovel on the side there? The blackout headlights. I've seen metal versions of those. Yeah, Volkswagen Works Garage. There have been a few T34s. Oh, I said a 58 to 61 bus taillight conversion on that Fridolin. I noticed that they were real small. I just wasn't sure if that was stock or not. So thanks for the clarification there. Well, not going to be any trouble here. We're all going to be well behaved. Look at those taillights. Volkswagen Garage says he'd love to have a Razor Ghia. Who wouldn't, right? I'd love to have a Ghia. I think it's a few cars away from me. Don't know that I'll ever get there, but I do like the earlier Ghias. It doesn't have to be the low light early Ghias, but maybe a 70. 72, 74 are easier to find. The taillights get really big on those. So like a 70, it's IRS, rear suspension, and cool taillights. Standard pedal cluster here. I keep checking. But I do like the Ghias. Razor or otherwise. All right, folks, here it is. Check this thing out. They came rolling into the campground. Shame on me, but I did not remember meeting Steve, the owner of this beautiful bus. He talked to me about my Argosy at the campground in Bug Jam one year, a few years ago, and he was looking. Well, I have to say he has outdone me 2 or 3-fold. He bought this in Chicago and drove it 1,600 miles down to the Keys, where it lives, and today he's got it up here in Daytona. Just a gorgeous bus. Has a 6-cylinder, inline 6 in it that sounds great, and he says that he cruises about 62 miles an hour down the highway. That's faster than I go with a big block Chevy. This is just an amazing machine, and it's beautiful. I can get you some more looks at it. The thing that I envy about it is the heavy chassis. That's what I'm lacking. We got a Doberman here, Poochie. The thing about the Argosy is it's lightweight compared to this and modern RVs. So I kind of have to take it easy with weight, which I'm not very good at doing. But this has got a tough chassis. That's not going to flex at all. Bodywork Garage says he's got a low light 57. So there you go. Beautiful bus. This is Steve here holding the dogs. He's busy, but that's our owner of this bus. Passing thing. Very cool. Well, if you have some last minute chats, go ahead and get them in. I think this is probably a good place to end it. We're back here with the bus and 2 guys in a bug here. So we've gone full circle. We've seen the swap meet. We've seen the entire show all the way around the lake. I had a bunch of really cool people with me for the whole thing. So thanks everybody for joining me. Let me check in with chat here and then we'll sign off for the day. I'm thinking I want to do this again. Bug Jam is coming up in a few weeks. I've enjoyed y'all so much, I'd like to spend that day with you too. So stay tuned for that. I think we'll do another live stream from the fairgrounds at the Bug Jam show. Bodywork Garage says a pre-war flexible. Yeah. Me too, Barry. Love the buses. Fritolins were Swiss postal vehicles. There you go. I wasn't sure which country, but that makes sense to me. Aluminum wheels equals muscle bug. Indeed. You're welcome, Combi Batua. Thanks for joining us. All right, I got to be looking at this side of the phone to close out the, the live stream. But just one more time, thanks everybody so much for joining me on the live stream. Be sure to mosey on to some of the other live streams that you've seen on the channel here recently and check out the Project Vandemic if you're not all caught up there. And maybe get caught up on the Dweezil project because we're going to be adding videos to that list pretty soon too. So thanks again, everybody. I'm going to take a break here, get a drink of water, and enjoy the rest of the show. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you soon.